everyone. This is Donna's Happy Hour. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get future notifications of the videos. And please leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day. Today, I have Mr. Kevin Owen with me. And Kevin wrote a book called Time in the Catskills. And Kevin, I want to thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Donna.
I had the great opportunity to meet Kevin at the public library here in Port Jervis, where he was actually talking about his book. His book is about and it's a true story about a serial female killer. And Kevin, I have to tell you that I did a little research because I found it so fascinating. I like to read true stories, true murder, crime, all of that. That I know it could be a little morbid, but it does appeal to me. And what's very interesting is that the percentage of serial killers is 96% male. And what drives a man to be a serial killer and what drives a woman to be a serial killer are two different reasons, two different things. And what I found interesting is that for a woman, it's usually they either have psychiatric problems or it's that they were abused in childhood, is what they say, which I found kind of fascinating. And of course, then there is always but that's usually not a serial killer in the sense if you find somebody that kills their husband, However, if you have one that kills several, then they are a female serial killer. Right. But, and for the men, it's usually either sexually driven or they like the thrill. They're thrill seekers. So I didn't know if you had, obviously you probably did a lot of research into that as well. Is there something more that you found out than what I just...
Well, the subject of my book is Lizzie Halliday, who is a infamous killer from 1893 in Burlingame, New York. It was found that she had killed her husband and buried him under the kitchen floor, as well as some women who apparently she had no connection with. The connection came out later through investigation. But you're right that it does seem to be a psychological condition for women. The most common element, either male or female, is that they like to exert control over their victims. So that ultimate control being, taking their life, or right. In this case, Lizzie might have even made them agonize over the fact that she was going to kill them. That is a control or a power over the victims.
Yes, yeah.
Which fulfills them psychologically in some other way. And then also serial killers, that power and control becomes a sexual thing. Even though there is no physical contact with the victim of a sexual nature, that power and control becomes sexual.
Sexual, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I'd be interested in hearing some trained professionals, forensic psychologists, criminal psychologists, give me their opinions on Lizzie. But that was part of my overwhelming interest in researching this.
Right.
What was her motive, if any? Can we really understand her motive?
Well, and the other thing that they did say is that a lot of times it's for financial gain, which was kind of interesting. And not so much for the men, but for the women, it was more financial gain, which is, in either case, you're dealing with minds that don't work quite like the norm,
Right. That's why it's hard to kind of grasp what the motive is